Josiah liked the way she talked to the cats, as if they were adorable, and she loved them with all her heart. But there was nothing adorable about the black and white cat still clinging to his trousers. Rose smoothed her hand over the cat's blotchy fur. "Billy Idol, there's no need to attack people. You're being a very bad example to Leonard Nimoy."
"Billy Idol?"
A cautious smile flitted across Rose's face. "Aunt Bitsy named all our cats." She gently but firmly pried Billy Idol from Josiah's other leg. The cat snarled as Rose wrapped her arms around him and cuddled him like a newborn booply. One of Billy Idol's ears was split down the middle, and his right eye only opened halfway. His nose was also scarred, and his coat looked as if he'd been in a few cat fights in which fur had literally been flying. His upper lip was permanently lifted into a sneer by a scar that ran down the side of his mouth. "I'm sorry if they hurt you," Rose said. She secured Billy Idol in one arm and scooped up the white cat, which was still rolling around in the grass, with the other hand. "Farrah Fawcett isn't usually so friendly."
Friendly? If this was friendly, he had no desire to see hostile. "I don't mind," he said. "I'm not sure why all three of your cats suddenly took a liking to me."
Or how he could get Rose to do the same. Her lips twitched with uncertainty. "Well, you are a very nice boy."
"Really?" She thought he was a very nice boy.
He cleared his throat in an attempt to keep his voice from betraying his elation.
"You're the one who's nice. My sister can't stop talking about that chocolate cake you baked for her family."
He threw caution to the wind and sat cross-legged next to her in the grass. Surely she wouldn't mind if he sat beside her instead of towering over her. Rose tensed and clutched Billy Idol and Farrah Fawcett closer. Josiah's heart sank. Nay, she didn't like that better at all. To his added horror, all three cats chose that moment to resume their attack. Either they were incredibly protective of Rose, or it just wasn't Josiah's day. Leonard, the girl kitten, catapulted herself toward Josiah and gave his forearm 4 deep scratches, trying to catch herself. Billy Idol struggled out of Rose's arms and practically vaulted into Josiah's lap, where he sunk his tiny teeth into Josiah's pocket. Farrah Fawcett also jumped onto Josiah's lap and dug her claws into his leg. Josiah shouted in surprise and leaped to his feet, making all three cats tumble like balls of yarn off an Amish mommy's lap. "Ach du Liefe," Rose said. Not only had he sat too close to Rose without her permission, but he had also unintentionally upset her beloved cats. He might never be allowed on the farm again. Rose pursed her lips, and her blue eyes turned dark with distress. She scooped Leonard Nimoy into her arms. "Are you all right?" Josiah paused for a second until he realized Rose was talking to him and not the kitten. He swiped his hand across his forearm, hopefully erasing any evidence that Leonard Nimoy had drawn blood. He didn't want Rose to worry.
"I'm sorry. I didn't mean for them to fall like that."
She seemed more concerned for his feelings than her own. "Please don't worry. Cats always land on their feet." They both looked down at Billy Idol. He was rolling around in the grass. "I don't know why they went crazy like that." Poppy and Lily, Rose's always protective sisters, must have recognized that Josiah had tangled himself into some sort of impossible knot. They set down their smokers, took off their hats and gloves, and were at Rose's side in less time than it would have taken Billy Idol to sink his teeth into Josiah's neck. Poppy's unruly hair was tied up in a royal blue scarf, and she wore a thick cast on her right hand. She'd broken her hand a week ago, punching an Englisher in the mouth. An Englisher named Griff Simmons, who had tried to give Rose a kiss. Lily wore a bright yellow scarf and a white zip-up jacket. They stood on either side of Rose and eyed Josiah as if he were a horse at auction. "It's good to see you, Josiah."